Hi, in this video I am going to discuss about gas liquid chromatography. Before watching this video, you must go through the previous video on Introduction to Chromatography. Please see description for the corresponding link. This figure shows a chromatographic process. In this figure, you can see a sample in which passes through a stationary phase with the mobile phase and comes out of the arrangement. The mobile phase carries the sample onto the column. The sample components become distributed between mobile phase and stationary phase. If the interaction of a sample component with the stationary phase is more, then that sample component travels slowly and elutes out last. If the interaction is less, then it elutes out first. The principle of gas liquid chromatography is the separation of molecules between gas and liquid phase. The concept of GC, announced in 1941 by Martin and Sinch. They also did liquid partition chromatography at the same time. 1955, first commercial apparatus for GC appeared on the market. The basis for the separation of compounds in gas liquid chromatography is the difference in partition coefficients of volatilized compounds in the liquid stationary phase. In gas liquid chromatography, the mobile phase is gas and stationary phase is a non-volatile liquid. Gas liquid chromatography is a form of column chromatography where the stationary phase is a non-volatile liquid. This phase is dispersed over a surface of an inert solid support. This figure represents the instrumentation of gas liquid chromatography. In this you can see a carrier gas cylinder and a carrier gas flow controller. Then there is an inject port that is used to inject the sample, and this sample and carrier gas got mixed in this area and that is passed through a column. There the separation takes place. This column is kept in an oven called column oven, and the sample components that is separated using this column reaches the detector, and the detector generates some signal according to the quantity of the components. That signal is recorded using a recorder. When a small quantity of the volatile sample is introduced into the gas carries it onto the column. In the column, the sample compounds become distributed between the liquid and the gas phase. These components travel more slowly than the carrier gas because they are being retarded by virtue of their interaction with the liquid phase. The component distributing more in liquid phase is retarded more, and the component preferring gas phase is retarded less. Based on the difference in the retarding effect, these separated components eventually elute out of the column and reaches the detector. The component with less retarding effect elute out first, and the component with high retarding effect elute out last. Carrier gas. The carrier gas must be chemically inert and pure. Example: nitrogen, argon, helium and hydrogen. Then columns. There are two types of columns: packed columns and open tubular columns. These open tubular columns also known as capillary columns. Next, the solid support inside the column. The solid support inside the column should be chemically inert. Most commonly used supports are derived from diatomous earth and Teflon. Next, stationary phase. Here the stationary phase is a liquid phase. The requirements for a good liquid phase are: first one, it must be non-volatile at the temperature it is to be used. Second one, it should be thermally stable. Third one, it should provide appropriate partition coefficient values for the components of interest. And the fourth one, it should be completely inert towards the solutes. There are some examples for stationary phase, that is silicon rubber gum, Carbovax 20M, silicon oil, etc. Next we will see the detectors used in gas liquid chromatography. First one, flame ionization detector. You can see the figure. In this figure there is a hydrogen inlet, there is the column effluent inlet that is got mixed here and going to the flame, and there is an exhaust and there is a collector electrode. And now we will go to the explanation. High temperature of hydrogen flame ionizes compounds eluted from the column into the flame. The ions collected on collector electrode and it is recorded on a recorder as magnitude of the electric current, which is proportional to the quantity of the component. Second one is electron capture detector. In this figure you can see there is a radiation source and one electrode and another electrode, then the separated components from the column and the effluent out. This detector has radioactive source which ionizes the carrier gas coming out of the column. The electrons produced give rise to a current across the electrodes to which a suitable voltage is applied. When a sample component which has the ability to capture electrons comes out of the column, it captures the ionized electrons, thereby causing a drop in the current. The change in the current is measured and recorded. Obviously, only those substances having an electron capture capability can be measured by this type of detector. It is mostly used to measure polyhalogenated compounds, particularly pesticides such as DDT, dieldrin and aldrin. It is very sensitive and can detect as little as 1 picogram of these compounds. Gas liquid chromatography is used for the determination of volatile compounds like gases, liquids, aroma chemicals, essential oils, fatty acids and pesticides, etc. And it is used to determine the partition coefficients also. And it can be used for isolating pure components from complex mixes. Thank you for watching this video.